Last time, our adventure began as many begin, being confused about everything and getting nothing important done. But alas, my dear viewer, I actually do things in this episode. Can we get a round of applause for me doing the bare minimum? Damn, that was funny. I'm dead. On another note, I'm actually having fun with this game. I usually get bored of open world games pretty fast. I don't know how Todd did it.
You're not supposed to be in here.
He sucked me in. I'm under his spell. He's swindled me. I really hope I don't break my arm jerking off the multi-million-dollar development studio. Now roll that beautiful bean footage. And by bean footage, of course, I mean the intro. Actually, it would probably be really funny if I put a single frame of feet pics in this video. No, but seriously, start the video before I put a pipe bomb in your Okay, so you guys know how last episode, I was at that dinner party and we figured out it was just a trap to get my ooey gooey red stuff, right? Well, at the ripe and supple level of 12, I figured maybe the DLC endgame quest just wasn't for me at that current point in time. Because we do not forgive and forget, we hate and remember. And karma's a bitch. And of course I say karma because now I have a personal vendetta. Some may say that my hate for vampires is a little misplaced. You call it anger, I call it moment-to-moment selective psychosis. But getting to the point, I have some awful news. I have unfortunately become culturally appropriated. If you already couldn't tell, I'm not purple anymore. As it turns out, when you fight a vampire who uses vampiric drain on you, you contract sanguinaire vampirus, and which left untreated turns you into a fucking vampire. Imagine COVID, but from a bat. Wait a second. With me being me, I just didn't see it. If you find that a little hard to take in, consider my feelings. I didn't even know I was infected until I got thirsty. Blood, I was so hungry. I needed it so just bad. Just a little taste. She won't even know. And after that, I was promptly attacked by the sun. I am now a bloodsucker, and I mean that in the most offensive way possible. At least now the vampires can't consider me problematic. But how are we gonna fix this? I did what anybody else would do in this situation, and I asked a random person. And what do you know, the people of Skyrim are actually on top of their shit. I'm told Falion of Morthal could actually cure my affliction. Not only is that super convenient, that's also base as fuck. And so the journey to Morthal began. Oh, that was actually a lot faster than I thought it would be.
Stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead, you may save your breath.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? Whatever Falion's problems are, I'll tell you they are not as important as mine. The good news is he's heard of a ritual to cure vampirism. The bad news is he's never performed it. And that sure bodes well with me. If I can fill and bring back a black soul gem, I'm assured he can bring life back to my dead body. Sorry to say, this is the point where I got hit with the brick wall that is having experience and knowing information, because I have absolutely no idea where to get this thing from. Instead, I kind of just hyper-fixated on Falion telling me to kill someone. So, mustering up all of my serial killer tendencies, I took the life of the first person I found appropriate. A peace officer. You can probably guess that he was not carrying a black soul gem. Until I decide to look at the Skyrim wiki, I think I'm stuck with my crippling vampirism. My brain just doesn't work like the rest of yours, and I doubt it ever will. The only place where I can find solace in this world now is at the bottom of a bottle, so when I'm challenged to a drinking contest, I didn't exactly hesitate. But since I'm a soft and small boy, it only takes 3 drinks before I pass out. My string of bad luck seems to follow me wherever I go because I ended up waking up in a second location. After finding out that I can't handle my alcohol and that I fondled religious statues, I try to put together where I am. Where the fuck am I? Sam may have left me alone, but I have the magical modern power of GPS. Before I leave, I witness an average day in the United Kingdom. I know how to stay in my lane, so for now, I just leave it alone.
I die for my people.
I think this is a great time to bring up the horses in Skyrim. I've gone through 3 of them. Skyrim's horses are like lemmings. They will kill themselves the first chance they get, and you cannot do anything to stop it. While I admit the first one was definitely my fault, the other 2 can be chalked up to nothing but circumstantial negligence. Anyway, this is Sarah, and I pray to God she makes it to the 3rd episode. Most of this quest was boring, so I'll just skip to the parts that I thought were the most interesting. This wasn't part of the current quest I was on, but it was a hole in the ground with nameless enemies that I could just slaughter, so I did it anyway. After dying to the Draugr White Lord a small amount of times, I finished this side quest, and then I immediately get another one. And I won't care about this until I bring it up again. This is actually where I stopped scripting this video for the small amount of time that is 6 months. Call me a track star the way I run from commitment. But within that span of time, I got an absolutely fat computer upgrade. That means I can write just a little bit faster, and I became just a tad bit more pessimistic. Now please, hold your applause and let's get back to the game. Speaking about that side quest I was on, it was in fact not even worth finishing when I fell asleep during it. This entire time, I've been spoon feeding you my exact playthrough like you're a small-minded troglodyte, when in fact, you are a large-minded, partially malnourished bone mech. So lock in when I say the kitty gloves are coming off. I couldn't come up with a clever segue into this next chapter, so I'll just abruptly cut to, well, if it isn't Blood Chill Manor, it'd sure be a shame if a powerful, juiced up, highly radicalized Argonian remembered how she was greatly mistreated at what was supposed to be a banquet in her honor. Vampire or not, this manor was tainted, and my mission was very clear. Their gods will sort them out. I'm just here to make the appointments. So this is me talking over this part just a little bit because the video will not get monetized if this song plays to completion. So I just wanted to say that. Hey, huh?
I'll live to do another day.
Hi, oh. I think for now, I'm satisfied, but I'm not gonna live in a fucking cave. When life gives you lemons, you'd be dumb as fuck to not make lemonade. So when I received a letter stating that a fierce warrior was just giving away a home, let's just say I didn't ask any questions. I arrive at the scene, have a friendly conversation with the real estate agent, and then take a look at my brand new home. This is what I'm talking about. Now that I'm a proud homeowner, it's time to go get an education. I literally cannot tell you what I'm doing on this quest because I forgot. I just know it's part of the main quest line. Sorry to the hardcore Skyrim players out there. I have the attention span of a ripe banana. When I clock back in, I'll be sure to let you know. I arrive in the town of Winterhold, where it seems like no one here really likes magic. Ironically, there's a giant college for all mages of Skyrim, like a jester performing for an audience. I flaunt my status as Dragonborn to gain entry. It's not my fault that I was born into royalty, and yes, I will play the Dragonborn card every single time. I think what they say is true. Absolute power corrupts, and I'm just fine with that. It was at this moment where I realized that I had skipped over one of the most important pieces of the current storyline. I met the master of the Greybeards, Parthenax, which, surprise, surprise, is a really old dragon. He tasked me with finding an Elder Scroll, and I'm not really in any position to decline his wishes. I'd say there was more, because there was in fact a lot more, but the script is already way too long. As a young impressionable lizard woman, let me take you on a journey through my college years. I speak to the headmaster, Mirabelle Irvine?
Welcome to the
Irvine?
college.
Irvini,
Another new student.
whatever, and get immediately indoctrinated into what I can only describe as a schizophrenic insane asylum. Knowing full well what I'm here for, I approach Urag Groshub, Shub, in the Arcanium. And if you didn't know, that's the library in Nord. Here is where the deep Skyrim lore comes into play. Is what I would say if I didn't skip every dialogue choice except for the one that progresses the quest further. I don't have time to explain what I don't even have time to explain. But as it turns out, I actually had to read. As it turns out, there is a man still alive that knows the nature of Elder Scrolls, but he's, as you could have guessed, highly schizophrenic, and he's lost somewhere in the ice fields. Yippee! Before leaving, I bum a protection spell off of Tolfdir, because Lord knows I'll need it. They say the fun in a journey is the journey itself, and not the destination. Well, I would like to find whoever made that saying, and let them know that bricks don't hurt that bad if you catch them with your face. All this just to say that I am a master mountaineer, and I will not be confined by gravity and the laws of physics, because that's my horse's job. Holy shit, it's the Allspark. Now I'll sum up Septimus Prime's incoherent ramblings the best I can.
Lexicon for inscribing. To us, a hunk of metal. To the Dwemer, a full library of knowings. But
yeah, thank the Lord for quest markers, because if they weren't in the game, you bet your ass I would not be playing it. But on another note, when I am not robotically and oftentimes autistically staring at the quest markers and following them, Skyrim really shines in the exploration department. I'm going to kill myself. The music, ambience, and overall vibe really shines through. It really does make me feel some type of way. Now, I won't lie to you. I was under the impression that every dungeon and ruin in Skyrim would have sort of the same basic layout. What I didn't stop to consider was that I was doing fodder, run-of-the-mill peasant exploring. The Alftan glacial ruins honestly took my breath away. The worst thing about these ruins was there was some sick bastard that took the best things about robotics and mixed them with the worst thing about spiders. The entire fucking spider. This is actually where I found my first Khajiit. A man after my own heart, Jadar had gone on a psychotic, drug-filled rampage, killing his brother and consuming their expedition. I don't know what skooma is, but it sounds eerily similar to bath salts with a side of fentanyl, and Skyrim has a fucking crisis. The plundering and looting aspect of spelunking can be often monotonous, and one might even say just a tad bit repetitive. So here's a supercut of all that. "30 hours in, and I'm starting to think I might just be playing this game like a psychopath." What was of interest was coming across a brand new enemy type. They kind of remind me of your average Redditor, or if you're feeling froggy, Discord moderators. Stay with me, this is where the quest gets really good. I fight a Dwarven Centurion, a machine that has no right being as cool as it is, but nothing yours truly can't handle. And I shit you not even 10 seconds after this fight, I come across what I can only describe as a domestic dispute. Me, being the wise mediator that I am, I'm more than happy to help them settle their differences. If you ever need couples counseling, hit me up for some discounted rates. And now, we enter Bikini Bottom. Mushrooms reveal the mystery of life, emerging quietly from decay, transforming death into renewal. I was never the best at philosophy, but I hope that meant something. In all seriousness, Blackreach was awesome. This is the fantasy experience I've been craving. This is what it's all about. At the end of a long journey, battling against the odds and the rejects of society, to finally find what you've been searching for. Elder Scroll acquired. It feels damn good to be a champion. For about 20 minutes, I had logged off for the night and Skyrim updated, breaking all my various mods that make the game capable of running. My downgrade patcher stopped working, and my Nexus mod subscription has run out. Skyrim crashes on startup, and I am now tasked with the very simple process of enabling and re-enabling every mod to see which ones still work. Will our Argonian hero figure it out? Only time would tell. Fuck!